Hi everyone, my name is Ocean and welcome to my new channel. So I've created this channel so that I can invite a lot of guests who belongs to different age groups, different education background, with different career backgrounds so that they can share their unique stories with all of us here. So to begin with, I've invited Aprajita Chavi, my friend, my first guest and my classmate from NIT Rourkela. So she recently got placed in NCR Corporation through on-campus placement, and let's hear the entire journey from Aparajita itself. So tell us more about your educational background.
Okay, so I applied through JOSA counseling, which is conducted after JEE mains. About my BTech college, it was in Uttarakhand. It is a government-funded institute. It is named Bipin Tripathi Kumaon Institute of Technology. About my BTech college, it was more of a wanderlust to me. I studied less and wandered off more, I think. I have almost done all the treks that were in the state of Uttarakhand. Yes.
So how did you develop interest in coding?
So it will be like the interest in coding was always there. I was always fascinated by the course that my senior did. I started as a newbie and as I always wanted and I always will, I think, to work for Google as a software developer. So I remember one incident from my BTech college. There were several competitions being held of coding. So I went to one of my competitions in first year and I raised a query like how can we scanf a character when I haven't written any printf. So at that time many of seniors might resolve this query. It was silliest of the things, but yeah, the interest in coding was always there in my BTech, throughout my BTech and then MTech.
That's great. So how did you manage ACADS and coding during BTech or MTech together parallelly?
So to be very honest, I never specifically studied for academics. From my BTech college, I know due to the lack of placement opportunities there that I won't get placed in a very good company that I am dreaming of. So I always knew in the back of my mind to get a chance to sit for my MTech companies, I have to do MTech from a good college. So with masters and as option for each of my semesters, I used to study the standard reference books like Galvin, Tannenbaum and Foresen. So that always helped me in my academics. And as I am an engineer, the last night fights always worked and I got to get marks. So managing ACADS in BTech and MTech was pretty simple and I applied the same technique in MTech also.
Alright. So did you maintain any profile in those coding websites like HackerRank, InterviewBit or anything like that?
So to be very honest, maintaining a good rank in each of the platforms is very hard, very tough for I think for a newbie like me who started just in BTech. But yes, I started doing CodeChef and I started doing long challenges and I have a 3-star code there. I have a 3-star there. But for placement preparation, I basically used Geeks for Geeks and LeetCode. I did a whole lot of question at Geeks for Geeks, around 400, maintain a good institute rank, which I think helped me a lot through my placement journey. And I maintain a good GitHub and I upload whatever I study or code there. And if you ask for a personal favorite, I like CodeChef. Yes.
Okay. So how highly would you personally recommend all these platforms for freshers who just started coding?
So basically what happens with us freshers is we don't know what is the flow of data structure and algorithms. We just know we have to study data structure and algorithms. Like if you just jumps to tree, then you might not be able to understand tree because it uses linked list, it sometimes uses doubly linked list. So you have to go through like a flow. So yes, coding platform is a great way to start through one step and then proceeding further.
So which among these websites is good for fresher to begin with?
So you can follow any of these. If you are interested in competitive programming, then I think hands down CodeChef is the best. But if you are following just for interview preparation, because competitive programming and DSA are two different things. So I think that yeah, you maybe start from Geeks for Geeks and then switch to LeetCode, or you can just do on LeetCode. And InterviewBit is also a great platform, though I never used it.
So were there any additional courses that you took for placement preparation?
Yeah, I never followed any course for placement preparation per se. I took a self-paced data structure and algorithms, but instead of following the lectures there, I straight jumped out of the question and that followed a topic. And if any question arises, I use Stack Overflow, which most of the engineers do.
All right. So according to you, how long might it take for a fresher to grab these concepts like data structures?
So if you are good at coding, I think a good coder, everyone has a different definition of. For me, good coding means if you are reading a question and then you can apply brute force approach to it, and your brute force is giving you correct results, then you are a good coder. Okay, then it might take about 1.5 and 2 months to be good at DSA. But if you are not that good at coding, it might take 3.5 to 4 months, I think, for placement preparation.
All right. So for you personally, how many months did you take for this particular placement preparation during MTech?
Okay, I think I started data structure and algorithms, like doing questions that are very popular, like arrays and linked list, and then doing this. Few of the data structure and algorithms I was familiar with, and few I studied along with MTech classes. But for coding, you have to be like consistent. You just can't say that I have done DSA and then I will now switch on to communication and then I'll do how to speak in an interview. You have to be very consistent. You can't leave it in between. You have to do like 1 or 2 questions every day so that your flow is never out of way. For me, I think I started with MTech second semester, and then it's currently going on. I am currently coding.
Okay, so even after placement, you are still coding. I mean, you haven't left coding.
Actually, that's a great way to ask. On the 1st of the January, I took what can you say? I took a New Year resolution that I'll code one code every day. You can visit my GitHub. It's there. It's 365 days of code, and I do it every day. I think 1 or 2 codes, or someday even 6 or 7 codes. I do.
That's really great. That's really great. I mean, I really appreciate this thing. So, can you share your entire placement journey with us? Like, how many number of OTs you appeared for, the number of interviews that you gave, and all your mistakes and rejection, everything, like from the beginning itself.
Okay, so NCR for the online technical online test, it didn't allow Python, which I coded. So I took it very lightly. I did the 2 codes in Java because I code in Java also sometimes. So I took it very lightly. There were 2 coding questions and few MCQs, which I did very lightly because I knew that it's not my forte. So I thought that in interview they'll ask Java, which I don't have that much of access. So I gave it very casually, like okay, whatever will happen, I'll do it. Then after that, there were 3 technical interviews, 1 managerial, and then followed by a HR interview. It was a 2-day interview process. The 3 technical interviews were like, you can code in any language you like, because they are also switching on to ML and AI kind of things and cloud kind of things. So that pretty much is implemented using Python and R, which are the basic new languages to be interpreted. So they were quite happy that I coded in Python. And these mistakes, I'll say that maybe I shouldn't have taken the OT very lightly, which I took because I was the last person to be qualified for the OT. And maybe if I haven't taken it that casually, maybe I should have been on the list on the top of the priority list.
Right. So during the online test, they didn't allow Python, and you coded in Java, isn't it?
Yeah.
But during your interviews, they allowed Python.
Yeah, during the interviews, I started writing public static void main because I was rejected a few times before because just because I use Python, because many of the companies don't allow Python because we all know it's an interpreted language. It takes much time to execute. So I think I started with Java, and then she asked, do you have a machine learning background with you? You do projects in machine learning. Why are you coding in Python? So I just cleared it out that in OTs it didn't allow Python, so I thought that maybe I should have to be coded in Java. But she was very very familiar with me. She said that you can code in whatever language you like, we just have to check your logics. So then I switched to Python.
That's great. So how many number of interviews did they take? 3 rounds?
3 technical interviews, yes. 1 managerial and then 1 HR of 15 minutes. It was a short interview. HR one was.
So it was for how many days?
Yeah, it was 2-day interview because they had shortlisted around 70 students for the first round. So it was a 2-day interview. First round was on the day 1, and then the next day they took 4 interviews back to back.
Okay. So do you remember your interview questions for NCR?
Yeah, I do remember. The first question was, the first round was basically what I have coded in Java. I have to explain both of the codes. And because I said that I took it quite casually, I didn't check the boundary cases. So the 2 test cases didn't pass for 1 question. So she said that okay, whatever you have missed out in the OT, you complete it here. Then I tested all the boundary cases, and then all the test cases passed. And then she moved on to the, I think, machine learning algorithm, because she knew I do machine learning algorithms. They're in my resume. So yeah, she gave me a data set, and then she asked me to do for some operations on it. And then the round went pretty good. I think she was very satisfied with whatever I could, because of the logics which I gave. And yeah, for the second interview, it was more or less OOPS concept. Whatever OOPS concept you have done, like polymorphism, where do you apply it in real life, whatever is there. And then they switched on to system design and operating system. It was basically CS core concepts group, CS core concept round, which I was okay at. So I think that it also went great. For the third round, which I think was the main kickstart for me to get selected, it was basically a managerial plus technical. So technical, they asked two algorithms. One was number of connected island, how many number of connected island is there, which is a very popular question of computer science. And then they asked me to mirror a binary tree and implement the binary tree true if you can in Python. So I implemented it, and you can say it was my luck. It ran also, the program executed also. And then they asked me a managerial question that I said in my introduction that I'm a very curious CS student. I'm always eager to learn new things. So they asked me, give a real life example of whatever you think is okay for you, so that you can say you are curious. So I gave them a very normal real life example about how I implemented a CCTV camera in my house because of my father's business. It was implemented through cloud, and they were very happy with it. Okay, ki you have given a real life example.
Yeah, that's really great, Aprajita. Till now, around how many interviews and OTs have you given for different companies? Like, can you name some companies before NCR?
Yeah, I have. Okay, so starting off with Microsoft, I was selected for OT. I was rejected after, I think, after round 2. And then followed by Micron, I cleared the OT and then got rejected in first round itself. Qualcomm, I gave the OT, but I wasn't selected. Then followed by Visa. Visa, I was kicked out of, I think, HR round, which rarely happens. And after that, I think SAP Labs I was rejected after round 1. Then Oracle, rejected after round 2, and then followed by NCR, selected.
Okay. So, what kind of mistakes you think you did in your previous interviews, and how did you overcome those mistakes?
Mistakes, I'll say that whatever mistakes I made is like I took coding questions I think that whenever an interviewer asks me a coding question, I started off with an optimized approach. I started off with applying an algorithm, and then they knew that okay, this girl knows this algorithm. So then they switched on to a next higher level question, a tougher one, which I specifically don't know the algorithm of. So yeah, I think that was the mistake. I should have started with a brute force approach, like a very basic algorithm, and then gave it like a few optimizations, like how do I think. I never showed them how do I think. I showed them what all I do I know. So I think that was the mistake which I did, and I corrected it in NCR. I started off with a brute force approach and then like moved on to the greater approach, and yeah, that helped me.
So this is a point to remember, like we should always start with brute force approach, no matter how many optimized solutions you know, because that is going to leave a good impact for the interviewers.
Yeah, because they know that you know a broad knowledge of computer science, and then you know the algorithms. Because for me, what happened is like I directly gave them algorithms, so then they moved on to next tougher question, and it so might happen that you may not know all the algorithms because there are like crores of algorithms in computer science.
Right. So, like, have you ever thought of any other plans, like plan B? What if I wouldn't have got placed here, or something like that? Like any second thoughts?
Yeah, I think engineers think of plan Z also, because if this won't happen, this won't fall in place, what will I do? But I always knew, I always know now also that I have a good core concept of computer science and I know coding. So I thought that if not from college, I'll get placed from off campus, and I know some friends which have which can give me reference after 1 or 2 years of experience, which I can get from any MNCs. So I always knew that okay, I have to go in this IT world because this is my forte, this is what I know. So I always knew of plans that yes, I have thought of TCS also in MTech. Yes, if things won't fall in my place, I'll get placed in TCS, which is also I think that sometimes I think that maybe I won't go get placed even there because my family, but my family was very supportive. They were like, if you are not getting placed anywhere, you can take a 1 year break and then you can apply anywhere else. Don't just pressurize yourself.
Yeah, that's
Enjoy
great.
the process.
Support from family is also very important during this placement scenario.
Yeah, support from family and I think friends at that time because they know what we are going through. Family just know that okay, they are getting rejected from interviews, but I think that friends, whatever MTech, BTech are there, they know the whole process of how you feel after you get rejected from a round, a technical round, a HR round. They know the process because they are also going through it. Yeah, so I think that family and friend support is very important at that time.
Exactly, I agree. So, like after you saw your name in that result list, what was going on in your mind? How did you feel? What was your reaction?
So I will tell you a very interesting story actually. What happened is the placement coordinator of our college didn't knew that I was MTech student because there were 7 students selected in NCR and there were 6 BTech student, only 1 MTech student, which was me. So he knew that okay, I am from BTech and he didn't uploaded the results in the group, in the MTech group. He posted the result in the BTech group, and then what happened is I didn't know that result was out because we are also a part of MTech Circuital group. So what happened I texted the placement coordinator that okay, if the results of NCR are out, please respond. So he said that he have posted the result in the BTech. So I thought that maybe I wasn't selected somehow. So I thought that okay, the same thing that happened in visa happened today also. So I thought that maybe I wasn't selected, and then after 30 minutes, I guess he texted me, okay, you are Aprajita from MTech. Yes, I said yes, I am from MTech. Then he sent the results in the MTech group. Okay, then seeing my name, I was like very happy because I thought that I was rejected there also.
Okay, so what is the first thing that you did after seeing your name there?
Okay, so it is a very silly resolution, I'll say. I thought that I'll eat pizza after I get placed. So for 1.5 months, I didn't eat pizza. So I first went to Domino's and then ate pizza.
I remember I called you that time. I guess you were having pizza.
Yeah, I was having pizza.
And what else? Yeah. I mean, how is the life after placement now?
So I'll be very honest, life after placement is a little bit less stress, has a little bit less stress because you know you are going to a great company, you are a great asset to the company and you'll be performing there. So it's very less stressful, but at the same time you have to be at par because you know even in the company there is competition going on because everyone is looking for a great opportunity more than this. What can I achieve more than this? So I think that you should never stop, and like I said, I do coding every day and upload my codes.
Like how are you utilizing your time currently? Like only by doing coding, or is there anything else that you're doing parallel?
Yeah, so for MTech, with MTech a great placement and comes a great responsibility that you have to do thesis. You have to complete your thesis. So first of all, I selected my topic, which was under ma'am's supervision, which was cloud security. But I was not comfortable in that because as a newbie, we don't know cloud. We just know how cloud works, how can we upload in cloud, but we don't know how cloud security works. So I was not very comfortable with it. Then I changed my topic to advanced lane detection. And yeah, I am currently working on my thesis, I think.
Okay, so have you already got your offer letter? When is your joining date?
Okay, so I already got my offer letter 20 days back, I think. The joining date is 4th of July and I'll be joining as a software developer in cloud sector in their banking because NCR generally deals with banking and banking sector. So yeah, I was grade 9 software developer 1 there. It's in, the job location is in Hyderabad.
All right. So apart from all the questions that I ask you, is there anything that you would like to add on? Anything that you would like to say?
So I'll say from my mistakes what I have learned, or any tip which I can give to anyone out there, is just believe in yourself. If you know you are good at something, there might be companies. I know I have got many rejections in the round, but I never stopped believing in myself. I know that okay, I don't have a plan A, I can do plan B, then plan Z. Never stop believing in yourself, because the moment you stop believing yourself, the moment negativity will enclose you with every of the corner, and then you might not progress, because there came a day or two when I also knew that okay, maybe I'm not going somewhere. But I think that what I'll say, never stop believing in yourself. If you know something, you might be good at something, then you will reach whenever whatever you height or zenith you want to reach, you will reach there. Just believe in yourself. Placement series is very frustrating, but the minute you get your name in your congratulations, the friends will congratulate you. The minute you will, the minute the stress will drop down to a very low extent, which you also don't know. The happiness you will know. So just believe in this process, and then you will look back at this process and you know you miss this stress, because this is what engineers are made of.
Right, right. So when you reach that point, when you are living that day, you look back and think of everything without regrets. You will see everything without regrets.
Yeah, everything you will see without regrets. You will never think that okay, I was rejected from this company or that company, because you might not even remember it, because the happiness is, I think, at par. The greatest happiness of your career, of your I don't know personal, but it's the greatest achievement of your professional career.
Exactly. I think that is what success is. I mean, if you're satisfied with yourself, and that is like the definition of success. There's no specific definition, but once you are happy within yourself, satisfied and content with whatever you have achieved till now, I think that is what is all success about. So
I think I recall something from my managerial round when you said about success. So he asked me what does success mean to you. So I told him that success is a very personal thing to everyone. I think everyone has their own definition of success. So I said that if I'm happy, healthy, and learning something new, then I'm a happy person.
That's really great. I mean, that's a great definition of success which you gave. It was very inspiring, very motivating for me personally also. So with that, I think we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for being my first guest.
Very happy to be the first guest.
So thank you so much for watching this session with us. I'll be coming with more videos and different guests. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bye.